A friend of mine who used to be a university professor once gave a talk about his life story. He said when he was teaching upper division math class, as usual he found almost all his students did not have the basic content knowledge needed for his class. In frustration, he decided to look into his students' background to see who taught these prerequisite classes. After searching and matching student records, to his surprise, he found out that he himself was the instructor of these classes for a large number of his students. He said it was eye-opening for him to see, and it was a turning point of his teaching career. Our Learning Lab grant, titled On Ramp to STEM, is based on this idea of how we teach math so that all students will learn not just to pass the class, but really learn mathematics so that it will stay with them long after their class is over. For this purpose, we are trying to connect two isolated ideas together, adaptive learning and culturally responsive teaching, to explain what these things are and how we are hoping to accomplish this task. I invite our leadership team.
We have adopted an open source, web-based software called Scale, designed by Dr. Bill Furster at the University of Virginia. SCALE stands for Student-Centered Adaptive Learning Environment. The adaptivity of SCALE is driven by a student's proficiency score for each of over 200 interconnected learning outcomes, which we call the knowledge map. As the student progresses through the map, they are responding to assessment questions related to each learning outcome. Proficiency scores are constantly updated with each assessment the student attempts. The technology doesn't replace the instructor, but supports them. Instructors can easily view the data to better understand each student's individualized learning needs and can adjust lessons and class discussions accordingly. The student learns more about the material, while the teacher learns more about the student. A win-win. Together, we will build that proverbial on-ramp that makes the road to a STEM degree more accessible and close the achievement gaps among student populations in the San Joaquin Valley.
At Clovis Community College, since we are committed to student success, we realize it is necessary to provide affordable learning materials and also to provide active learning opportunities in the classroom. Scale will help in both of these areas. As an open source software, it provides free course materials for the students in algebra and also in pre-calculus. Open source materials tear down one barrier for students in that they do not have to save to buy course materials. Since the students will be able to practice at their own pace through the software outside of class, it will free up time during class when we can focus on more cognitively difficult material and problem solving.
With the Assembly Bill AB 705 taken into effect recently, many more community college students are entering into transfer-level mathematics courses in their first year of college. In order to address the additional support that some of these students need to be successful in the transfer-level course, Fresno City College is using co-requisite courses with some of the college algebra courses. Scale can be used as part of the co-requisite course to help identify the proficiency gaps and will recommend a list of topics to review, taking student input into account. The student can then get the extra help needed before trying again.
Most colleges and universities recommend a 4-year math program. K-12 education requires students to have instruction based upon the Common Core math standards. It is valuable for high school teachers to understand what the math knowledge of a college student should be. Scale will help high school teachers address certain deficiencies that are required for student success at the collegiate level. With culturally responsive teaching in the classroom along with Scale, high school teachers will be able to focus their time on student-centered learning.
We are currently developing the adaptive learning software and integrating with math content of college algebra and pre-calculus. Based on the success, we hope we can use this software in other math classes and share it with everyone. To learn more, please visit our project website.